topic is CSF dynamics. Thank you very much for giving a very easy topic which I can cover in 15 minutes, unlike the previous speakers, where the topics were quite extensive and they have done a good job. So I'm going to talk about, I'm going to answer these following questions. What is CSF? Where is it produced? How does it circulate? And where is it absorbed? And what are the disorders of CSF dynamics? A brief review of what has been told to you already. These are the ventricular systems of the brain. Ventricles are nothing but spaces inside the brain. Like we have this particular room which is connected to the corridor by a narrow door, and similarly we have similar such cavities. This is the view from the side and this is the view from the front. So you have the ventricles, this two lateral ventricles, the third ventricle connected by a small foramen of Monro, the third and fourth ventricle connected by an aqueduct, and the fourth ventricle communicating with the subarachnoid space and the central canal. So this is a carotid specimen, and representing the ventricles over here, the lateral ventricle, the third ventricle, the fourth ventricle, which are connected by narrow corridors. CSF is mainly located in the subarachnoid space, the ventricles and cisterns. Cisterns is a very uncommon term for you. Cisterns are nothing but dilated subarachnoid spaces in few parts. So if you see the ventricles, there are some blood a plexus of vessels called the choroid plexus. If you see the serrations in red over here, those are the choroid plexus, and if you zoom one of these serrations, it's something like this. It's a bit complex. The ventricles are lined by cells called the ependyma. These are the ependymal cells, and these are the blood vessels which grow into the ependymal cells, and this forms the choroid plexus tuft. So the secretion of CSF, what exactly is CSF? CSF, as it means, is a cerebrospinal fluid, which is a fluid which is situated in the cranial cavity as well as in the spinal canal. All of you must have done this experiment in your school days. What exactly is this? It's a funnel with filter paper. You pour some solvent into it. There is some sediment which is retained by the filter paper, and some of it goes into the vessel below. One of the mechanisms of CSF formation is exactly this. Let's assume blood is circulating through the choroid plexus, and actually the blue color is the blood, the red color ones are the RBCs, the violet color ones are the WBCs, and these are the platelets. And choroid plexus, as I told you, has got some cells, the ependymal cells and the blood vessels which are lined by endothelial cells. There are some minute gaps between these cells, and let's assume the filter paper is nothing but those minute gaps between those cells. So these gaps between the cells, they retain the cells and they allow only the part of the blood which is called the plasma to flow through it, and that is collected inside the ventricles. So this is one of the mechanisms of CSF formation, that is ultrafiltration of the blood. And the other mechanism is nothing but an active mechanism wherein energy is used up. It's called energy dependent process. It's like squeezing an orange and extracting juice out of it, where you don't get all the seeds and the squash material, you get only the juice. So these are two main mechanisms of CSF production.